Hey you guys, welcome or welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Andi and I'm really happy that you're here. Okay guys, I think this is going to be the last video of the palette collection and declutter. We're starting with in and we're going to the end, but I'm looking at my palettes and I think we can make it. I think we can make it without making another video. I think we can. So we're just going to go ahead and get started. First up is Nomad. This is the Berlin Underground palette. I wish I'd stop saying palette. This is beautiful. This was my first Nomad. I got to experience the amazing formula and I love the dark, dusty, grungy tones to it. And I have done a couple of collabs, one with Erica Conger and one with Dion Loves Makeup. Anybody that I mention, I will have in the description box below. And yeah, so it's beautiful. Love it. Keeping it. I'm keeping all my Nomad. Next up is the Marrakesh palette. And again, wonderful. These all have a beautiful formula. When I first got this, I thought it was all mattes, but they're kind of satins. And some of them, like this one, even has a little bit of a sheen to it. It's not quite matte. You know, you can see a little bit of a sheen with that. And they're beautiful. I did do a collab with Dion Loves Makeup using this palette, and it was my first time using it. And I've used it a couple times since then, just in everyday life. It's a great palette. Next is the Cartagena Mágica palette. And this is very well loved. I have done, I think this was in a palette collection bingo, but I'm not sure. I did do a swatch video on this one and the Paradise Islands together because they were our great summer palettes. But I did a collab with Jennifer Loves Makeup using this. We did that for our 600 subscriber celebration. And it's beautiful. I freaking love this palette. Next up is the brand new Provence palette. I did just get this. Now, this isn't the latest one. They just came out with a Costa Rica one, but this is the one from France. And I wasn't going to buy this because I'm like, it's pretty, but I don't know if it's me. And then I watched Dion use it from Dion Loves Makeup. And I was like, oh, man. These shimmers are just freaking spectacular. And, first of all, Dion makes me want to spend money all the time because she has beautiful palettes and I want them. But like the berries down here and these pinks and then the purples and, it's just a beautiful palette. It's a beautiful palette. I'm really happy about it. As soon as I saw them do looks, I'm like, okay, I'm buying it. And I did pay full price for this palette. The newest one, the Costa Rica one, I thought I was going to buy. But you know, after looking at it, it really isn't me. It has a lot of greens in it. And I'm just not a green person. You know what I'm saying? This is the Paradise Islands palette. And oh my gosh, this is the only palette I have that looks like this. You know, I have other palettes that have purples and pinks and all of that, but this palette is very special. I did get this in my birthday box, my Busy Beauty birthday box. And oh my gosh, when I swatched these, I was like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, look at that. Those shimmers are freaking ridiculous. They're amazing. Like, they're so pigmented and soft and buttery and they're just amazing. I am really happy that I took the plunge on Nomad. But yeah, this is just a very special palette. This, first of all, look at that. Look at that. Can you see that? This is the Haunted Europe palette, and oh my gosh, this palette is everything. one of the things that makes this so special is it was a gift. It was a gift from Ash from Makeup and Chaos, who's one of my best friends. And they knew that I really wanted this palette, and I can't believe that they bought it for me. It's crazy that I even own it, because this has been on my want list since last, when it came out last Halloween. And oh my gosh, these shades. Ash and I are going to be doing a collab with this in October. And I can't wait for that. I don't know if it's going to be a bingo. I don't know if we're just going to do what we want, but I'm really excited about it. I have used it a couple of times very lightly because the embossing is so amazing. I don't want to mess it up. See spider webs and bats and, oh, it's just very special. It's very, very special. Next up is the Good to Go palette by Ofra. Ofra has some very beautiful shades. I do not support Ofra now. I did get this from Ash Christmas last year, maybe Christmas last year. And I have used this highlighter a few times. I've used this on a lid. I've used this on a lid, and they are really pretty shimmers. I'm not going to go out and buy Ofra, but this was a gift, and I am keeping it. Okay, let's go to P. This is the Pinky Rose 80s Baby. This was given to me by Ash also. There's a lot of these have been given to me by Ash. They were decluttering. So they were doing a declutter and sent me some palettes that they thought I would like. And this I definitely love. This is a great color story. I love this palette, and I had never used the Pinky Rose formula before, and I love it. It's amazing. And another one that Ash sent me is the Sunflower palette, and I had never even seen this palette before, and it is also by Pinky Rose. And that is such a beautiful fall color story, and I can't wait to use that. I have not used it yet. But yes, I am keeping that. It is beautiful. I love it. And now we have Peachy Queen. I did get this in a Busy Beauty box. Dang it. These all have mirrors. This is such fun. That's just fun to me. These shades are freaking crazy. I did swatch this one when I got it. They're crazy. That is a glitter. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to use a glitter glue with that glitter, but what a fun palette. And those duochromes are crazy. Keeping. The other Peachy Queen that I have, I bought myself, and this was the Betty Boop. And I got it around Valentine's Day last year. Dang it. And it does have a mirror, but I do want to show you the mirror. How cute is that mirror? Oh, so cute. I have not used this, and I may not use it. I only bought it for the packaging. Yeah, I only bought it for the packaging. And I may use it at some point, but if I don't ever use it, that's fine. Because I bought it for the packaging. Because she's adorable. Okay, now we have Pretty Vulgar. This is the Nightingale palette. Lori Latimer is the one that brought this to my attention, and she just thought that it would be something I would love, and I do. I love this palette. I actually found this at TJ Maxx, and I was so stoked. It was a little beat up, but it's like a $42 palette, and I got it for $7. It had not been used or swatched. It was just scratched up. And so I asked the lady, I was like, look, this is kind of messed up. Can I get a discount? And what was it? Oh, $9.99 is what they had it for. I was like, can I get a discount? And she was like, I can do $7. And I was like, sold. And I have used it since then. I mean, I've dirtied it up a lot since then. But it's a great winter, fall, dark, smoky kind of palette. Next up, we have Revolution. This is the Revolution Dangerous Love. I did just use this in my palette collection bingo. I don't know when you're going to see this video, so I don't know if it was last week or the week before, but this is a very pretty palette. I do like the formula a lot. The problem that I had with it is there's these beautiful pinks and purple shimmers, but there's no mattes that match them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you don't have to be matchy-matchy, but I don't like purples and browns together. And that's really all you can do with the purples because they're all browns. Browns and earth tones. The shimmers are pink. There's this light pink right here, but I mean, you can't use that as a deep, as a depth color. You can't deepen your outer corner with that bright cotton candy pink purple. So it's okay. I'm going to keep it because I didn't even care if it was a color story I liked or not. It's Batman. And this is the other Batman palette. I bought this one first. I bought this with the mini, if you saw the Batman mini palette that I got. And I have used this a few times. I love it. I love it. I just think, you know, yeah, it's mostly neutral. But the formula is great. It's absolutely great. Man, why don't people like Revolution? I don't understand it. They're very inexpensive. They're very affordable. They're very inexpensive. And why would you not want that? I don't know. But so I love both of those. And then I have the Corpse Bride palette right here. The packaging on this is beautiful. I got this in friend mail from Kim, from Kimmy's Boxes. And it's so pretty. It's such a pretty color story. And when this when this release first came out, this is the one that I wanted. I wanted the butterfly palette. Is it a butterfly or is it a moth? I think it's butterfly. But I bought a different palette instead. And I had wished I bought this. So Kim sent this to me. So I'm really, really happy about that. I can't wait to use it. It's so pretty. And then the last Revolution palette I have is my favorite Revolution palette. And this is the Marilyn Monroe palette. And this is so pretty. It is very reflective. But she's very well used. I use this palette quite a bit. It is so pretty. And it's just romantic and lush and I just don't even know. It's Hollywood glam. It's old Hollywood glam is what this is. And I freaking love it. And yeah, I'm definitely keeping. I haven't been doing a whole lot of decluttering, have I? And then I do have a Q. I have a Queen Nubia, and this is the Evolution palette. Queen Nubia is a one-woman show. The owner, founder, employee is Shakara. She is on Instagram. Queen Nubia Cosmetics is on Instagram. I bought this after watching Erica Conger use it. And I have used a couple of these shades, and you won't be able to, it probably won't focus in, but this shade right here is Stars. And it's so pretty. It's so freaking pretty. It is not the best formula I have ever used. It is not. It's okay. It's not as pigmented as what I thought it was going to be. Erica, first of all, Erica makes everything look beautiful. And she is a brand ambassador for this brand. And she sold me on it. And it's beautiful. I love it. I love the color story. The pigment is okay. It's not great. It's okay. But, I mean, I'm glad I bought it. By the way, I did get a liquid lipstick from Queen Nubia that I freaking love. And it is in the shade My Lisa. And it's one of my favorite. It's a dark red brown, and it's one of my favorite lipsticks. And I will probably be using that a lot in the fall. Okay, guys, we are getting down to the wire. We are now on R. And I do realize that Q comes before R. I had it stacked that way, and I didn't even realize until I was putting them back away. Because I'm putting them away as I'm doing them, like in sections. So that I don't have a whole thing of palettes sitting here. And yeah, I do know that Q comes before R. So just in case you were getting ready to yell at me in the comments, I already know. Okay. Rude Cosmetics. I have 3 Rude Cosmetics palettes. I had a couple in my minis. 4. I have 4. This is the Boots palette. This one is the Hydra Matrix. And these are, 3 of these are in cahoots with Koi footwear. So they're adorable. It is a bunch of pastels, and I really like it. And I don't really like pastels, but I do like this palette, and I am going to keep it. The next one is the Helios Helios Hologram Flame Boot palette. I love this color story. This is my jam. This is my jam right here. I know that the cool neutrals are my jam, but this is my fall jam. I love the terracottas and the greens together. I do need to repress this guy right here. I don't know when that happened, but yeah, I love them. I love the Rude formula. The Rude formula is really nice. I have not used these yet. I've got them all in my Busy Beauty box. And the last of the Boots palettes is the Friend from My Dreams Teddy Bear. And again, I love this color story. I have so many fall palettes. I didn't realize how many fall palettes I actually have. But it's a pretty fall palette. Yeah. This glitter is really chunky. And I probably won't use that, but the shimmers are really nice. And I have swatched them, and I love them. And then we have the Rude Bite Me Croc palette. I have used these shades. I have not used these shades. I have swatched some of these shades, and they swatched nicely, but I've mostly used these because, you know, it was just us going somewhere, and I try not to go too crazy when I'm going out somewhere, but I will be using these shimmers, these colorful shimmers. Next up is, let's see, do we have S's? S's. This is the Sakura and Sage Seraphine Botanicals palette. And it is a very pretty neutral palette. These are blushes, and I really like this blush right here. I use it quite a bit because it does not go, it's a warmer blush, but it doesn't go orange on me. And that's a problem that I have with some of the like peachy kind of blushes. They just look orange. So this is a really nice blush. And I love this shimmer here, and I love this shimmer here, and I love that shimmer there. Now we have the Shanaby Miami palette. For some reason, I thought when I got this, I was getting the Miami Nights, and I don't have the Miami Nights. It's just Miami. And it's pretty. It's a pretty color story. And I know a lot of people like the Miami Nights palette. I am actually going to declutter this because I don't ever use it. It has never been used. This shade right here looks like it has, but it hasn't. I've never used it. I've never reached for it. I must have got this. I don't know. Maybe I got it in Ipsy. I know it was a Boxy or Ipsy in the box. I didn't actually buy it. It was in the box. But when I got it, I thought it was the Miami Nights because I actually like the Miami Nights. Okay, this is Spoiled Lips Cosmetics, and this is, this one doesn't have a name on it, so I just call it the Diary palette, and it says Ash on it, because Ash is the one that gave it to me. They just sent me these palettes very recently, and I think that the Spoiled Lips formula is amazing. And even though this is a pastel palette, I will definitely be using these shades here, and maybe these teals too. I probably won't use this glitter because it's very chunky glitter, but it's really pretty and I like it. The next two Ash also sent me. This is the volume 15. And I just love this color story, and I don't know why, because I don't really care for yellows, but those reds and like terracottas, I just think are so pretty. So when they asked me if I wanted it, I said yes. And then the last one that they sent me is the volume 25. And oh my gosh, the reds, the black, oh man, This is such a amazing, amazing color story. It's kind of dark, kind of vampy, and I think it's going to be beautiful. This is a chunky glitter right here. I probably won't use that, but I will use these shimmers. Yeah, I think these two, one of my favorite things is like the oxblood color with a gold. I think that that is very, very pretty. The last Spoiled Lips I have is the Raven palette. It is volume 19. Yeah, volume 19. Actually, I think it's called the Nevermore. And I love Edgar Allan Poe so much. And I think this artwork is freaking beautiful. And I kept the box because I may cut this out and put this in a frame just because I love it so much. I bought this palette after watching Kristen from Beauty Beatdown use it. And first of all, the artwork got me, but this is really my color story. I have used this several times. I have not used this glitter, but I've used this glitter. It's a smaller, it's a finer glitter, and I do like it. But yeah, I love the Spoiled Lips color stories, and I love their formula. So I'm keeping all of those. Okay, I think we're on to teas now. This is the Tardiest Pro Remix palette. I did get this in the BoxyCharm drop shop. It's holographic. Isn't that awesome? I do need to cover up the mirror. And this is very pretty. I love this color story. And you guys, I'm going to declutter this. And I can't believe I'm saying that, but I am. I'm going to declutter it. I think that, and then this is the Amazonian clay formula, and people love it. But I'm going to declutter it because I've never used it, and I'm not going to, probably not going to use it. And so, yep, this is going, that's going away. Now I have the Too Faced Pretty Rich palette. I got this in a giveaway from Gloria from Beauty After 50. And I have used this a couple of times I used it in a palette collection bingo, but then I've used it, you know, just going out or whatever, and it's so pretty. I love the color story. I love the shimmers. I like the formula a lot, and I'm not a big fan of Too Faced. So, yeah, I liked it a lot. Next up is the Wanted palette by Trend Beauty. And I'm pretty sure there's a mirror. There is. I used this in a palette collection bingo, and it's terrible. I didn't like it. I didn't think it was very pigmented. This brown took so long to build up, and so this is getting decluttered. I think we're on to use. I have 3 Urban Decay palettes. I have the OG 1, 2, and 3 palettes. These were all 3 given to me by my best friend, Dina, a long, long time ago. They have all been used. They all smell. Like, they're old. They're old. You know how long these palettes have been out. Some of them have hit hard pan. And then there's the last one. This one was my favorite of all of them. And the little elf palette that I showed you the other day, it was like I don't know, 10 shades or something like that, maybe 8 shades. I think that one was trying to dupe this. And I do love that palette. And I've used this many times, but it does smell. It smells. So I'm actually going to declutter all 3 of these. I'm going to throw them in the trash because I'm pretty sure they're bad. Okay. The Violet Voss. This is the Violet Voss Pro palette, and I do love Violet Voss. I have 5 altogether, counting this palette. And funny story about this palette, I ordered this palette with my charms on BoxyCharm. I just thought it was beautiful, and I knew that I would love it. BoxyCharm, of course, being BoxyCharm, sent me the wrong palette, and it was small, and it was only like half as big, and it took me forever for them to give me a refund, and they refunded my charms. Like, I used they were like $45. It was 4,500 charms. So I was so upset about that because I really did want this palette. And then for my birthday, Lori Latimer sent me this palette. So that was very sweet, and I'm so excited to have it. Okay, the first of the smaller, I don't know why this isn't with my, oh, you know what? This was a little bigger than the other minis, so I kept it up here instead of putting it in with my minis. Sunkissed palette. I got all of these smaller Violet Voss palettes from the drop shop. So yes, it's very pretty. I love it. It's a little bit bigger than the Windflower palette. So yeah, it's very pretty. It's the pinks and the golds and the things that I love. So I'm keeping that. And then the All of You Forever. Oh my gosh, I love this palette. Again, terracottas with greens. I love that color story and that color combination. These terracottas, you could use any of these two shimmers for a really nice look. You could use this with any of these two shimmers. The greens are so nice. I love this palette. I've used it a couple of times. It doesn't look like it, but I have used it a couple of times. This color story is very similar to the Avocado Toast palette from BH. This is the Pinky Promise. And again, very, very pretty color story. I do love the formula, and I like it. And the last Violet Voss palette that I have is the Flamingo palette. And Ash from Makeup and Chaos sent this for my birthday when they sent the Haunted Europe. Oh, the Haunted Europe sent me that palette. But yes, so pretty. I love this palette. I haven't used it at all. Haven't used it. Haven't touched it. I have swatched it, and it's a beautiful formula. I haven't used it, but it's so pretty, and I'm keeping it. And then we have the Wonder Beauty Wondrous palette. I have not used this palette, and I am going to declutter it. I think my fingernail probably dug in there. But yeah, I'm going to declutter. It's very pretty, but I have all these shades 100 times over, and I would just soon get rid of it and let someone else enjoy it. And then the very last palette, guys. My very last palette is the Fantasy palette by Yaz Glitters and Krista Rice Makeup. It's very pretty. I've used this glitter. I used this glitter for my, I believe I used it for my vampire look for my 5 weeks of Halloween last year. But I'm going to declutter this palette. It's pretty, but I have all of these shades in other palettes. So I am going to declutter it. Okay, guys, I look a hot mess. A hot mess. But I wanted to show you everything that we decluttered. So we decluttered 37 palettes. 37 palettes. Those are my palettes that I decluttered. Sorry about the lights. Here, let's do this. 37 palettes that are going away. So I'm pretty proud of myself, guys. What do you think? Are you proud of me? I'm proud of me. I'm proud of me, but it just shows that how much money I have blown on makeup, on eyeshadow palettes. It's shameful. It's really shameful. The name of my spreadsheet is called A Fortune Pissed Away. That is the name of my spreadsheet that has all my palettes on it. It's going to have less palettes because I have to go through and take all these off. But you guys, thank you so much for joining me for this series, 5 videos of ridiculousness. I really appreciate being here. And until our next adventure, everyone have a great day, and we'll see you later.